Stop.
But I'm a mover.
Okay, move.
This is the way I feel, I see, I learn, I
Stop.
understand.
That's strange. Move. Okay, stop. Move to the left.
I always understood everything through movement. And then I got to school.
Move.
And that
Stop.
was the first time I had to sit still. That's how I was supposed to learn. From that point forward, everything got quiet.
Stop. I remember the very first moment, or let me back up. The very first time that I felt joy for moving. I don't know what it was. Dancing, moving, feeling. Actually, I don't remember. I was told that when I was about 2 years old, funny as it is, my mother and I moved from Colorado over to Santa Fe. We were in Santa Fe for a hot second, and in that moment of time, we had gone to many places, moved many places, but we ended up in a church, and music played, and I guess I caught the Spirit. I caught the Spirit because I went right down the hall, and my mother was like, and whoever she was sitting with, I think it was a sister. Sister was like, no, let him. He was meant to do that. Let him do that.
Do you know why? Movement is one of the most natural things we do. All the time, you have this heartbeat. It pumps blood through 100,000 miles of veins the entire time, right now, as you're listening to these words. And then there's the lungs that are breathing this amazing air all inside you, expanding and contracting. And at the very microscopic level, all your electrons are vibrating in these orbits. There is movement inside you all the time. And yet, we're asked to ignore it.
I remember the very first time I felt shame for movement. It's funny, I don't remember the moment that I was like, this is it. I love doing this. I love doing this. I love doing this. But I remember the shame. I remember, I think I was 4, maybe 5. I remember, it was 4 or 5. And my mother, we used to listen to a lot of music. She hit me to music like immediately in my life. Lots of Stevie Wonder, Carlos Santana. She loved John Lennon, Jimmy Cliff, Bob Marley. We listened to a lot. And one of the things I gravitated to earlier were musicals. I loved Grease. Grease was the word. Now, what was real cool is that my mom got me into vinyl early. I had record players. I had all kinds of vinyl. And I remember that Grease record so well. I would put it on. And even before what I knew what I was doing, I don't know what this meant. I don't know what this meant, but I was doing this. I don't know if I even got the choreography right. I just did it. And this one time, it's morning. Maybe not morning for me. Maybe I got up late, I'm not sure. I don't remember that part. But I do remember there was this moment where I was dancing, I was moving, and I felt all of a sudden like somebody was watching me. And I looked, and where the door was, there was somebody standing, a visitor. Nothing, nefarious. Just somebody stopped. And it wasn't that it wasn't that they saw me, but it was a look on their face. It was a smile on their face. And at that moment, I wanted to run. I wanted to hide. And now, it could have been nothing, but it was that look. It was the very first time that I had felt shame for dancing. Now, It wasn't the last. But I remember that before the joy.
There's a funny thing about movement. Our existence really does wholly depend on it. One of the coolest things in studying about movement and the brain is that our brain depends on movement, right? There's all these signals being sent all through our body, and if that movement stops, that's it. But the coolest part about our brains and movement is that we can grow our brains. Neuroplasticity. You can continue to grow new connections, new neural synapses the entire time until the day you die. So, what if I told you there's one thing that you can do to grow your brain? Have a healthy brain for a long, 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 long time.
Wait, I want to know.
I know you do! Okay. What's even better is this one thing that you can do releases serotonin, reduces stress and anxiety. Are you with me yet? You liking it?
I need that.
Uh-huh. It gives you physical exercise, gives you confidence, works on your creativity. You can do it alone, with groups, with friends, strangers, and it's free. It's dance. And I'm not talking about 5 pirouettes on the stage in the Kennedy Center. I'm just talking about there's a beat, I'm going to move to it, even if you're the head bob. It's that. So it's even cooler. There's a lot more studies about this right now. The Albert Einstein College of Medicine published a study in the New England Journal of Medicine.
Say what?
Uh-huh. There's a lot of words there. Medicine is pretty much what I'm getting at. Medicine. Dance is medicine. Anyway, I digress. They looked at different activities that people did. The study occurred over 21 years. Multiple activities, things like reading, crossword puzzles, biking, swimming, of course, dancing. Dancing was the most effective thing as reducing your risk of dementia. And 76% reduce risk of dementia for those who danced. Now, 76%.
That's crazy to me. As many great memories as I have some really bad memories, but I don't want to forget them. They make me who I am.
That's true. Crossword puzzles, 46%. Reading, 35%. Dancing, 76.
Now, it's interesting that when we talk about movement, dance is the medicine. It's the medicine, but it's just not all that. There's much, much more to it. Dance is movement. The correlation, movement is life. Let's take this idea of water. Water is the thing that keeps us alive, in essence. Our body is filled with water. If for one moment that water stopped moving, that's scary. The moment that we don't get enough water, movement ceases. Uncomfortable. Without movement, it becomes uncomfortable. You ever get a little backed up? No movement there? You want movement in your life. But movement doesn't necessarily have to be just about moving your body. It's the thoughts, the ideas, the things that move us to do things, to propose. This is the person that I love. I feel so passionate about this that I must do it. Babies instinctively know how to move. But from the time they're this little, we suppress that. We tell them that, no, baby, don't show. Why? Because who's judging? Who's judging you? Who's judging that child? But that child doesn't know any better. It's just about giving, living, moving in a moment. So the dance is an idea. The movement, it's a feeling. It could be how we feel about anything, about the environment, about the politics. For something that we suppress so much, why is it that we have the biggest opinion on movement? Stop! Don't do that. Stop! Or, why isn't this guy moving? I swear, I'm doing 35. It's a 55. I don't know why he's not moving. He needs to get out of my way. But now, is your movement more important than my movement?
Here's the thing. We learn to stop moving in school. Dance is one of the first things that always gets kicked out. So few schools teach dance, K through 12 I'm talking here. That is so sad. The National Dance Education Organization released an evidence report in 2013 with schools that included dance. Do you know what they found? Increased attendance of students and teachers, lower dropout rates, better academic performance, better tests, results in math, science, and reading. Problem-solving skills, higher order thinking skills were all improved. Conflict resolution, all improved. Supporting learning for underserved populations, everything, all got better because of dance. So, what if?
What if?
What if?
What if?
We were emboldened to move again. We were educated in the intelligence that resides in all of this.
An artist and a choreographer's biggest question, their biggest tool in the creation of not just a dance for dance sake, but a dance as art, is what if? What if we do embrace movement in a much deeper, profound way? What if it started immediately? What if we stopped judging people on what they want to do in life? What if we actually talked the talk, walked the walk, the talking, walking, that's movement. We said, oh, we're not going to bully anyone. We don't want our daughter, we don't want our son to be bullied for what they believe. But you don't dance. You need a better plan for your life. You cannot dance. It doesn't pay anything. Well, it doesn't pay because you don't believe in that.
But it pays in a deeper level.
It pays in your life.
And in so many other lives. So if you're in education, please read the evidence report. Or if you don't have time for that, because we don't have time for much, you know. But move. Get your students to move. You move. Move in your hallway. Move down the street. Find someone to move with. Move along. We don't care. Just keep the movement going.
Remember, movement is life. We sit all the time. Now the question is, what are you going to stand for?
Thank you.
You're welcome.